Alrighty, guys. The Iceman here. The man with the plan. The man with the knowledge. Now, who's the most prominent name in the world of professional wrestling? You got it. None other than the Hulkster himself, Hollywood Hogan, Hulk Hogan, the most prominent name in the world of professional wrestling, and probably will be ever. As a matter of fact, if anybody ever asks anybody, what's the first thing you think of when you hear wrestling, the word wrestling, 9 out of 10, it should be Hulk Hogan. All right, moving along. Um, I'm going to do my Money in the Bank pay-per-view predictions possibly tomorrow on the brother channel, the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, the Iceman V2013 channel. It'll also be posted on the Iceman's Wrestling Extreme Facebook page as well. And it's one of those pay-per-views that if you didn't read a lot of the rumors and the news on the internet, it's a pay-per-view that could leave you really scratching your head and saying, wow, who is really going to win this thing? But when you have all the news and the rumors, it sort of tends you to lean one way towards a superstar than what you would have if you didn't see all these news and rumors and the dirt sheet. So, all right, this video is about, first off, it's just a couple things, really short and sweet. I did a video about Stephanie McMahon, and Stephanie being on TV isn't really a big issue for me, but it's just what she does on TV is the issue. When she came out with Triple H as a corporate, after SummerSlam of last year, and they started doing their appearances, on a weekly basis, it wasn't so bad because we haven't seen them on TV in a very long time, at least Stephanie anyway. And it seems like the longer she appears on TV, the more arrogant she becomes. Now, excuse me. Now, a lot of people think this is great entertainment, but, after a while, now, yes, it's called WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, and I do understand the concept there. But when your shows are supposed to be there to showcase your superstars that are in the ring, sometimes you wonder to yourself, who are you really showcasing? Your professional wrestlers or your family members? This is the issue I have. When a family member is showcased and is, more over than what the superstars are, I think this becomes a problem. And I think this is part of the problem that WWE is having as of late with ratings and everything else that's been going on. And, yeah, I liked it back in the late 90s and early 2000s when Shane McMahon was on TV. But the thing with Shane McMahon was this guy would get in the ring with just about anybody. He jumped off Titantrons. Shane McMahon, was not only a son of Vince McMahon, and he just wasn't a person from the McMahon family that just came out and spoke every week. He actually got involved in the real aspect of the world of professional wrestling. That's why I really do miss Shane McMahon. I don't think we'll see him come back, but if we do, I think it would be a huge pop in the ratings for the WWE. So those are my thoughts there. The other thing I wanted to talk about quickly is it just seems as of late, and it does seem to go in spurts as well. Another superstar injured last night, and that is bad news. Wade Barrett. Jack Swagger threw him into the barricade. After the match, they went backstage. Barrett diagnosed with a separated shoulder. I just think that there's been a lot of injuries as of late, and the thing about all this is there's been a lot of injuries, and it wouldn't be so bad if the roster wasn't filled with guys that were really pushed and that are, on that pedestal every week. So when you lose one of your top guys, like we already lost Daniel Bryan, and then it's possible to lose Wade Barrett from Money in the Bank, and if he is to compete, things might have changed, what outcomes are going to be, and what's going to happen throughout the match. So, I mean, WWE needs to start to choreograph some matches a little bit better to sort of like cut down on the injuries, especially when your roster, it's a handful of guys that are really the main focus in the WWE today. And yeah, they are trying to push some younger stars, but I think some of their pushes are really irrelevant. Like the Adam Rose deal with the Rosebuds, I think that's totally irrelevant. I think that absolutely is going nowhere. It is just a waste of time. It's sort of like with Brodus Clay and the Funkadactyls, um, going and went absolutely nowhere. And so the WWE needs to fine tune what they're doing as far as what's going on today. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I was never a big Wade Barrett fan, but this last run of Wade Barrett, I've really grown to like him, and I enjoy watching his matches. He is a very good wrestler, and now for him, if he's not able to compete in Money in the Bank, I think that would be a big loss for the WWE and a big loss for those Bad News Barrett fans out there in the WWE universe. So yeah, so again, WWE needs to figure out a way. And the situation here is, as well as fans are wanting to see Bray Wyatt. Um, they're wanting to see the Shield separately in matches, which is great. I mean, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose individually, I always said would become something someday, and they already have in my eyes. Um, but the WWE does sort of seem to lean back and look over their shoulders and say, hey, look, we got Randy Orton, we got John Cena, we still have Triple H, we have Dave Batista, we still have the Big Show, and they, you don't want to have them just totally forget about these guys, but when it's all said and done, it's usually one of these guys that usually reemerge back to the top. And it's not the guys, like they've been pushing all along to become a superstar. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, Money in the Bank is this Sunday. And again, pay-per-view predictions probably will be tomorrow on the Brother channel, the Jeffrey Rose channel, the Iceman V2013. So I got to get ready to go to work today, a long night. And I have tomorrow off, and then I work on Friday, and I got the whole next week off. So it's going to be a very fun, uh, filled week of a lot of wrestling, old time wrestling, Monday Night Raw, the pay per view. We have Impact tomorrow night. Ring of Honor's been great, and I'm looking forward to Global Force Wrestling. So everybody enjoy your Wednesday. Peace out. Be safe. And remember, YouTube is YouTube. It's for some people, it's a way of life, and I think they take YouTube way too seriously. Uh, but YouTube should be just for entertainment, just like the WWE is. See y'all next time.